Now in the Bible, not that I'm religious, it says, do not judge others and you will not be judged. Do not judge others and you will not be judged. Now this goes two ways when it comes to spirituality or just reality in itself. All right. Number one is your judgment towards yourself. Okay, your judgment towards yourself. And then secondly, your judgment towards others, right? Your judgment towards others. And so let's start with the judgment to yourself. All right. How you perceive yourself is going to manufacture into how you feel about yourself. And so if you feel not a confident person, I'm weak, I can't communicate properly, I don't like being around people, everyone's bad, right? People are bad, people are loud, I can't handle high energy people. These are all perceptions of yourself. You are building a belief system that says and reinforces your sensitivities, reinforces your awkwardness, reinforces your anxieties. Now, there's this thing called highly sensitive person, HSP. And I used to identify as a highly sensitive person. But I realized by identifying as a highly sensitive person or an empath now reinforces to my nervous system that I am a weaker person or I absorb other people's energies or whatever it is. And you can go so deep down a rabbit hole on this where you just become super sensitive. And it's not a good space to be in sometimes. Some people can't handle it and it's not a nice feeling. And I know what it feels like. I've been super sensitive in my life. But I also realized that, hey, I have a body and a being and a mind that can be changed and transformed and transmuted. And so I reprogrammed myself to believe that my nervous system is strong, that I can handle things, I can be socially confident, I can approach people and ask a question, I can call the cell phone company up and ask what my bill costs and all of this stuff without feeling any social anxiety. I can speak in front of a group of people without feeling socially awkward. Now, I would say, I'm not perfect at it. I'm not like an extrovert or anything like that. See, even me saying that I'm not an extrovert is also a limiting belief within itself, because I'm now labeling myself that way. Okay, and so this is what the things that we need to be careful of saying to ourselves. And so I'm judging myself as not as an extrovert. And so I'm putting myself in a category, but it is possible to become more extroverted. People have done it. It's a possibility, it is a reality. But if we identify as this weak, timid, unrelaxed, nervous, anxious person, and that's who I am and that's what I'm stuck as, then unfortunately we are creating more of that, and then that shows up in the world, where you attract situations and circumstances to reinforce what you believe via the reticular activating system, via the law of attraction. And so if you're constantly judging yourself, you are automatically going to believe other people are judging you. I can guarantee people who are socially confident, right? People who are socially confident, people who are more extroverted, I can guarantee they are not judging themselves as much as you are judging yourself. You are constantly focused on how you're being, what your face looks like. I'm not looking them in the eyes, so I feel even more uncomfortable. What do they think of what I'm wearing? What am I talking correctly? You're so focused on how you're being perceived that you now feel even more socially awkward. Whereas someone who's more extroverted, I can guarantee they're not doing that in their minds. They're just focused on being present and talking to that person and not looking at how they're being seen, or perceived. And so the volume is turned down on that, where your volume is probably really high because of the amount that you judge yourself. And the more you judge yourself, the lower your self-esteem goes. Absolutely 100%, unless you're judging yourself in a positive manner and using the affirmation, self-affirmation to lift yourself up in a positive way. Judging yourself as positive, judging yourself as confident, judging yourself as as love, as abundance, as strong. And so this is what we've got to be careful of. All right. And so the more you judge yourself, the more you're going to judge the world. The more you judge the world, the more you feel like the world is judging you. And so yes, you're going to feel socially awkward. Yes, you're going to feel social anxiety. Yes, you're going to feel social sensitivities. Now, when it comes to the external world, the second part here is that we got to realize and acknowledge that the external world does judge. You know, a lot of people do read a book by its cover. You know, oh, he's black, so he must listen to hip hop, he must do this, he must do that, blah, 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 right? We put ourselves into these like little boxes, these little categories. Oh, I'm spiritual, so spiritual people, you know, they got to have a long beard, and they got they got to have that long white beard. You know, they got to wear the cloth, you know, thin type clothes. They got to have the crystals on. They got to do this. They got to do that. Not me, you know. Even though I do have a crystal on right now, you know, I'm wearing my Nike. I'm wearing my Nike trainers. I'm wearing a hoodie. Like, I'm from the hood. I grew up in the hood, so I'm gonna wear my hood, right? I'm from the hood, so I'm gonna wear my hood, right? You know, we can't put ourselves into these categories and boxes. That's what, you know, the ego does. And so, yes, people do judge in this reality, and people do judge us. But why are we so focused on other people judging us? Why are we so focused on what other people think of us? Why are we so focused on those things that are so insignificant? You know, as you get older, from what I hear from elders, is that as you get older, you care less and less what other people think. But, you know, if you're in your 30s, if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 20s, and stuff, you don't want to let that stuff hold you, especially with social media these days. You know, it's a judgmental place. It's just a place where people go to judge and like, and this video is good, this video is bad, this Instagram post is good, this Instagram post is bad. You're a bad person because you posted this thing. You're a bad person because you spoke about this thing. You said this the wrong way. I don't like your tonality. You know, can you make your background music better? It's too this and that. I had someone comment on my video the other day saying, oh, can you make your video shorter, please? Just like, bruh, whilst I welcome the feedback, at the same time, it's like, you got to understand, I got to make the videos a certain length because of the YouTube algorithm. It's the way it's set up. And plus, I'm dealing with different personalities and different people who need things told in a different way. Like, I'm saying the same thing over and over again in different ways, you know, because I'm dealing with different personality types. But y'all don't know that, obviously, right? That's a bit advanced when it comes to public speaking. But, you know, it's things like this that we got to realize and acknowledge, you know, that it is a judgmental place, but our focus is there. Our focus is there. Or your focus is on the inner world. What I want you to do right now is bring your focus here, okay? So a part of your focus, bring your focus and attention here. A part of you is on the inner world, a part of you is on the outer world, okay? And feel how confident and present that feels. Feel how confident and present it feels to have your presence here, your focus, being you slightly outside and slightly inside. So you're both in and out of the self. And notice how that feels. Okay, notice how that presence feels. All right, you're not focused on your thoughts, and you're not focused on the external world. It's like you're focused on your presence. All right, and I recently made a video on the power of now and presence and how important presence is. All right, and so I was speaking to one of my clients, and what he does is he creates every person he walks past, he's judging them, and he thinks the other person is judging him too. And it's like every person in his reality is a part of his movie. Literally, for me, when I'm walking on the street or whatever it is, no one is a part of my movie. I'm creating my own movie, my own perceptions of people, and usually they're mostly positive thoughts, or it's just an empty blankness. You know, I'm creating that space where it's either positive or it's blank. All right, I aim not to judge people. I'm not perfect at it, but it works. Now, when it comes to things like being a highly sensitive person, okay, that means your nervous system is more sensitive, and so you can relax and work with your nervous system with certain herbs, certain nutrients to relax the nervous system a bit. When it comes to being empathic and taking on people's energies, all right, you want to create and set certain boundaries with your spiritual energy. You want to start identifying as being spiritually strong. And what I'm saying, everything that I'm saying to you is coming from a space of understanding this, okay, that I was once awkward, very awkward. I was once social anxiety. I was once socially sensitive. But I don't identify with that anymore. And so now I feel socially stronger. I don't feel as socially awkward. I don't feel as socially sensitive. I used to literally couldn't be able to go out because I was so sensitive to energy. I was very introverted. But the more I went down that rabbit hole, the worse it felt. And so I want you to realize, okay, this one thing is that the more that you identify as being socially awkward, the more it's going to become socially awkward. And what you want to do instead is be okay with being socially awkward. In fact, make it your job to be even more awkward. Okay? Make it your job to lean in and stop trying to be something that you're not. All right? Stop trying to be something that you're not. Stop trying to be, oh, I should be confident. Oh, I should look like this. I should look like that. When you can accept your social awkwardness, it actually creates more confidence, or the ego-based confidence. You just feel relaxed in who you are because you're not trying to be something that you're not. So lean into that. Lean into that space of being socially awkward, and it's okay to be socially awkward. And so now when I stumble my words and I'm socially awkward or whatever it is, it's like I love myself. I'm socially awkward. Oh yeah. I'm socially uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable right now. I'm looking silly right now, and that's okay because I love that I'm socially awkward. Oh yes. That's what you want to get into. Okay? With anyone. You should be able to do that with anyone. And they might think it's weird, but you're okay with being socially awkward and you're not worried about their judgments. Alright? Of course they're going to judge. Of course they're going to be like, oh, or maybe they'll see, hey, she's a very confident person, or he is a very confident person. Does that make sense? We need to get rid of this judgment. Instead of trying not to be a sensitive person, be a sensitive person. What I mean by that is be a sensitive person and make it your strength. Oh, I'm socially sensitive. I absorb people's energies. I feel this, I feel that. Instead of trying to avoid it, accept it, welcome it. And I can guarantee when you do that, you're not going to feel as sensitive. Okay? When it comes to social anxiety, go into it, lean into it, don't avoid it. It's like, I'm a socially anxious person. Oh yes, I feel anxiousness around other people. I'm unconfident. I'm an unconfident person. I'm going to be more unconfident in front of people. Oh yes. Okay, so now when you do that, you're like, oh yeah, I'm accepting of myself, and I can guarantee the anxiety will reduce dramatically. Okay. Now, when it comes to these things, we want to look at a holistic approach. Okay, sometimes it can be not just the mental stuff, which is what we're talking about, and the emotional stuff. Sometimes it can be the nutritional, low in magnesium, low in GABA. Okay, GABA, G-A-B-A, magnesium. Okay, magnesium is going to relax the muscles. It's going to relax your nervous system. It handles over 300 processes in the body. We need magnesium. A lot of us that are deficient in magnesium. All right, we need zinc. Zinc is very important for testosterone, but also muscle building and relaxing the nervous system. All right, when you want to get good sleep, you need magnesium and you need zinc. All right, you need B6. B6 is very good for the body in relaxation, and I think the metabolism and things like this. Okay, and so sometimes we just lacking nutrients, right? Sometimes we just need the nutrition to be relaxed. Okay, success is a relaxed state. You want to be relaxed. Make sure you're getting the right nutrition. Maybe getting you know, a test to see what your nutrition is like, and then, you know, picking up your GABA is one of those ones where if your neurotransmitters are out of whack, your neurotransmitters, GABA being one of them, absolutely you're gonna have anxiety. If you got too little GABA, you will have anxiety. If you got too much GABA, I can't remember what it is. I think you just become overly sensitive or something like that. But you want to have balanced GABA levels. But that's another story. That's something that you need to look into yourself. You need to speak to your doctors and functional medicine doctors, or your herbalist, or whatever, your qualified professional. All right. Also with this, with the manifestation diagnosis session, you'll find out a little bit about your programs, your subconscious identities that are holding you back, the self-image stuff that is holding you back from being socially confident, so you can really follow your dreams, make it happen. You know, you want to be feeling good within yourself before you take action on your business. You know, you feel like something's out of alignment with yourself, and you're like, oh, I don't want to start my business yet. I don't want to start my YouTube channel. I'm feeling socially awkward. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. And so just getting rid of those subconscious identities, and the manifestation diagnosis session in the description can go ahead and help you with that. Check out my previous video over here on why you should stop wasting your time as a chosen one, and how to get your dreams and make them a reality for yourself. And check out my 3-part series on how to raise your vibration correctly. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.